I'm finally going live. Uh, I'm trying something new right now. I know probably nobody is watching this. I'm expecting 0 viewers, but the point of doing this is to um, do the live and then have the recording later to watch. I'm currently streaming on multiple platforms at the moment, um, but I would like to draw viewers to YouTube uh, if anybody wants to watch. Basically, the reason why I'm doing this, I just wanted to try something new because I really like making content. I really like making videos, but I've realized that I'm just terrible at organizing myself to do it. Um, I'm good at shooting videos, but terrible at editing them and posting them. So I figured if I can do some live streaming stuff, um, that sort of solves that problem because once you click stop streaming, it's done. Uh, so yeah, thought I would give it a shot. Um, I've got streaming stuff set up here. Hopefully it's all working. You saw the animation intro, and I have some different camera views. I can show my desktop here and just my background, but I've also got a top-down thing to show keyboard stuff, I guess. Um, but yeah, the plan is that I want to do some I guess I want to try to kill two birds with one stone. Um, sorry if that's inappropriate language these days, but yeah, I want to do productive stuff like design stuff, photo editing and these kinds of things that I'm going to do anyway. But I figured I might as well stream it at the same time. I understand that there's not a huge audience for it. Uh, a lot of people just like watching video games and those kinds of things. But I'm gonna do these things anyway, so I figure why not stream it? If somebody's interested in it, they can watch it. I have no huge aspirations of, um, making a living out of it or anything. It's just something that's fun for me, so I thought I would give it a try. Uh, but I have some ideas for things that I would like to do on stream, and if anybody does watch this, I'd like to get your feedback about what you think might be good things that you would like to watch. So some of those ideas would be, well, firstly, I was off Instagram for a year, but during that year I did a lot of traveling, and I took a bunch of photos as I always do, and I haven't edited or posted any of those photos anywhere. So I have like this huge backlog of things that of photos that I want to edit. And I understand that that sounds like something that's not that interesting to watch, but I was thinking maybe I can combine that with actually commentating the images and like talking about the trip and explaining what the place is like and giving some travel advice and stuff while also giving technical advice on editing photos and things. So it's kind of two things to entertain you at the same time, even if they're not that entertaining. At least like you're getting stories about traveling while also seeing some of the inside of how to edit the images and stuff. That's one idea. But my other ideas are more design focused. As I'm professionally a designer, uh, I want to do more design stuff, especially in my spare time. And there are some projects, I guess, where uh, it's not so important for me to have ownership of it or to protect the IP, where it's things that I just want to do for fun, which I can essentially open source by streaming it or, allowing people to see how it's made because I would be happy for people to make it anyway. Um, so I can't do this for everything, but there are some projects that I would like to do like this. One thing, if you followed my YouTube channel, you would have seen my videos about the vocal booth. I would like to do a new version of the vocal booth. I know that might seem like I've got an obsession with vocal booths now, but um, the first one works really well. I've got some good use out of it. I recorded and released a song using it, but it has a major problem, which is ventilation. So when you're inside, uh, I have this oxygen meter here. If I have this connected when I'm inside, within about 30 seconds, it starts flashing red at me, telling me that there's bad quality air inside, which, you know, I don't know how accurate that thing is, but that is potentially quite dangerous, especially living by myself. It could be possible that I could pass out in there and nobody would know. So definitely could use some ventilation. And I have some ideas for how to do that for a future version. So yeah, that's a second option. Like I could do the design process, not just the building process, but actually designing, CAD modeling the thing on my computer and talking about the decisions that I'm making there and how to use the tools and how to achieve those certain things. And then in the end, I could try to make it more open and available for people to build it for themselves, with a better understanding of how the design decisions were made, and a better idea of how you can interchange materials and change the dimensions and stuff and customize it if you like. So that's a second idea. I have another design project that I thought would be cool to sort of do in this open live stream way, which is I have a desk here where I produce this kind of stuff, like produce videos, but also music, and I also do design stuff. And I I kind of like this idea of like the battle station or workstation. Go on Reddit and look up battle stations or yeah, workstations, and you'll see people have these really cool desk setups. But I have ideas for like a custom desk which incorporates all these different things that I want. Like for example, for music production, I need to have speakers, and they need to be in a good location. Um, and I would like if they're attached to the desk, so I could have like a sit stand desk that raises and lowers with the speakers and with everything else that I need. Um, Also, producing content like this, I need to be able to have a camera available. I need to move my monitor out of the way. Currently, my monitor finishes about here, so I can have my camera over the top. So being able to raise and lower the monitor and move cameras around and have an overhead camera like this attached to the desk would be really cool. So yeah, I've got lots of ideas for that. I also need to build in a MIDI controller, a MIDI keyboard, and audio interface and those kinds of things. And potentially maybe even like something for digital sketching. So, you know, this view from the top could be that I have a digital sketching pad or something as well. It's just a idea now, but yeah, so that idea summarized is like a design stream of a studio desk, I guess, a very custom studio desk. And the last idea I have for streaming is something that is a little bit more left field, um, a bit obscure. Recently, I read this book, um, How Precision Engineers Created the Modern World by Simon Winchester. It's a really good book. I think it's a little bit, a little bit wordy. It's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but it's really interesting if you're into precision and engineering and that kind of stuff. And there's a really good chapter at the end, which is about metrology, which is a term that I only learned recently, although I've kind of been interested in it for a long time and never knew actually how to describe it. But it's about it's the study of measuring. And in the book, he talks about like how measurement systems and stuff were developed over time, and they have very archaic roots, I guess. Um, the meter, for example, was initially defined as something like 1/40,000th of the distance of the meridian from from the equator to the North Pole going through France. 1/40,000th of that length would be a meter. And it's a really random number. It was also really inaccurately measured, and and it's also not consistent. Like it's not constant because tectonic shifts, the Earth changes shape, although small amounts, but it happens. Long story short, I have an idea for just for fun to conceptualize and design my own measurement system. Obviously, nobody's ever going to use it because there are bodies like organizations that are doing this every day and studying this and have been, spent hundreds of years thinking about this. But I just thought it would be a fun idea to be like, okay, if I was going to design how the measurement system works, how would I do it? And I would change a lot of things, like length, the units that define length and time stuff. Like, I don't know if you've heard of concepts like decimal time, like having 10 hours in a day, things like that. Could even be that the number system changes. So rather than using decimal numbers, which is when you get to 10, that's the point when it becomes 2 digits. And when you get to 100, then it becomes 3 digits. But decimal is 10 based. You can also do things like duodecimal, which is base 12, where once you get to 12, that's when it goes to the second digit. And there's, different reasons for doing things like that. But this is very specific, very OCD um, interest of mine, I guess. So I don't know if how much people would like to see something like that conceptualized, but it's just an idea. So to summarize, like some ideas for things that I want to stream is photo editing, design of a version 2 vocal booth, design of a studio desk, and a conceptual design of a measurement system. Now, I'm not promising that I'm going to do any of these because I think it's stupid when people like come out with a new like content platform and say they have all these big plans and stuff, because a lot of the time you realize later that you don't have the time and it just doesn't happen. So not promising anything, but I hope that I can do some of this stuff. And the design stuff I'm going to do anyway. So hopefully I will also stream it, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if anybody watched this and any of those ideas sparked your interest, let me know. If you think that they're all weird, that's fine. Don't need to watch. Um, but yeah, just thought I would do a little intro, basically to check if everything's working here, um, and yeah, just to get a feel for it. And next time I jump on and do one of these streams, hopefully I'll be working on some project. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay and the recording gets uploaded properly. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.